So, boys, I just got back from the gym, my college gym. Before that, I did MMA club, so I did a little bit of boxing. And before that, I started my leg day and I ended my leg day after that. And now I came home, and I just wanted to make this video because something happened yesterday to me that I think needs to be talked about more and will probably benefit you if you just keep watching. And I went on a date with this girl who I was not interested in. Previously, with girls that I've been with, I always clung to them for validation. Very insecure. I grew up chubby. I didn't have many friends growing up. My dad wasn't very present in my life. And so that's my excuse for why in the past I've been very reliant upon a woman's opinions to feel whether I had worth or not. And with this woman, I met her at a party. Mistake number one. If you find a girl at a party, you find girls who party. Like, that's what I would tell my future self who went on this date. But anyways, her friends were treating me like a commodity. And in case you don't know, for the last probably 8 months or so, I kind of isolated myself. I kind of locked myself away and worked on myself because I know that in order to get what I want out of life, to help the people I want out of life, I have to lock the fuck in. And that's what I did. And so I eventually kind of came to the point, and if you saw my last video, you saw that I realized that self-improvement was kind of ruining my life. I wasn't really meeting people. I was kind of optimizing everything to the point of automation. And I don't think that's what life is about. That's what my last video was about. And for the guys who showed support on that, like, I wholeheartedly appreciate you so much. Like, that motivated me to make this video a lot, and I'm glad that I touched something that people could help, and I'm hoping to do that with this video. But regardless, I was pawned off like a prized commodity to this girl. Her friends were like, she finds you attractive, so you have to talk to her. And if I was in the past version of myself, the past depressed, down on my luck victim version of myself, I'd be like, "Oh, a girl likes me?" And despite her personality, I would go for her. And granted, I did end up taking her on a date. So there might still be some of that lurking. But my excuse is that there was a bit of peer pressure. Perhaps that's my ego talking because I completely kind of fumbled this date. Maybe. I don't know. Regardless of the fact, I didn't feel like it was the end of the world when it didn't work out, which is a huge achievement for me, and I think a lot of other people as well. I left that date being like, and excuse my pridefulness, but I was like, I didn't feel like I was missing out by it not working out. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't me who was missing out. And that is something that self-improvement can do for you. Because I got so heartbroken about 4 years ago. Dude, I'm still getting over it. Like, it's rough. It was rough. And I put everything into this woman. Everything. And the second that she left and she found someone else not even a week later, I was destroyed. I've been destroyed in the past for a very long time. And it's because I put everything into a woman. And now, after this self-improvement journey that I've been meticulously carving away at the statue that is my life, I come across a girl and I'm able to have a say. I'm not able to be taken advantage of. I'm not changing my personality to fit to whatever girl I'm with because I think that I'm so low worth, so low value that I better forge my entire self into something that will be acceptable for some woman. And I do think that's ultimately the goal. Like, my goal is to have a wife who is very committed to self-improvement so that we can just benefit each other and grow as people. I think that's the point of life, in my opinion. And so when I see someone who's not that ideal, I don't want to necessarily hold them to the highest standards. But I know what I'm worth now. I have the kind of ability to have higher standards. You know, this girl, she said her sense of humor was bitchiness. And she was a past sorority girl. So That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to shit talk her, and that's not the point of this video. The point is, I didn't have to put up with that shit. And I didn't. And that feels great. It feels great to be like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And the way that I gained this, I honestly attribute it to the work that I've put into myself, because it's much easier to gain self-worth when you put worth into yourself. And this was something I said to her because I sensed that she had very low self-worth. And I might have said something like that, which you cannot say to a girl. Like, I learned my lesson. That was a fucking horrible decision. But something I said was like, you can't expect to get love by giving it to an external source, right? And so if you think about it, what do you do to a baby that you love? You don't give it shitty food. You don't feed it pills. You don't give it soda. You don't prevent it from falling down because it needs to fall down. That's how you show that you love a baby. You don't shun the baby for falling down when it's learning to walk. And so you have to treat yourself like that baby who you love. And when you show yourself love, that is when your external state, the mirror that is the world, reflects love back to you. And I definitely think I have some ego stuff I need to overcome. I'm very proud of myself, and I've put a lot of work into myself, and I feel like I have the ability to hold higher standards for the people I surround myself with. And I do. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I do think I may be a bit egotistical, and it's something that I'm working on because it doesn't help anyone to be a dick, right? But I find myself questioning people who care too much about shit that does not fucking matter. And that was something she especially seemed to care a lot about, was shit that didn't matter. And about the 35th time I withheld talking and completely exercised my willpower, like I swear to God, it was like I was solving a mental Rubik's Cube trying to keep myself from fucking, I'm not going to say that. She said that a celebrity was pregnant. And she said it like I should know that she was pregnant. And it's so peculiar to me. And if you're somebody who cares too much about this, you're not the worst person in the world. But what I need you to realize is that this life is a gift. Right? People on stage at a concert should inspire you to be someone who can be someone who is on the stage at a concert. That's how I feel, at least. And when you're someone who goes to a concert and you think that that person is above you, yes, they are physically above, yeah. But you get what I'm saying, right? Hopefully you get what I'm saying. You're kind of putting yourself below these other people, you know? And I went to the Young LA, Arnold. Shook hands with Casey Kelly, Brody Shreds, fucking, who's that fine girl? I don't know. She's fine. I saw all these people, Sush Bra, Brandon. I shook hands with them like they were normal people. And I'm not bragging, but I'm just saying, if you get around people who are high status and you act like they're high status, they're going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? This is a warning to anyone else who, because when you eventually build yourself up and people kind of look at you a different way, you start strutting your stuff a little differently because you've been putting work into yourself. People are going to treat you differently. And that's just life. That's normal. But when you start idolizing, and as I told it to this girl, lionizing these celebrities, you put yourself below them mentally. And you think, oh, I wish I could be like her. Dude, SZA, that was a celebrity, by the way, is a person just like you are. All right? You can get pregnant and be a celebrity if you're a woman. God forbid I say that. Jesus, man. That was some other shit. It was like, oh my, I don't know. Whatever. I don't want to say it on YouTube. I'm going to get canceled. Doesn't matter. But quit giving a fuck about shit that doesn't matter. Because if you start to identify with these groups, I'm Republican, I'm liberal, I'm fucking LGBT. No, dude, you're a person, right? You can't put yourself into a box and be like, oh, because I am liberal, I must not think it's funny when someone says the N-word. I'm just like, bro. And I don't condone that. Like, it's not right. Plainly put. But when you start stressing about all this shit that doesn't matter. Oh, Trump did this. Oh, he said a funny word. Oh, dude. Okay. Regardless of the fact that your concerns are valid, you are kind of making your quality of life worse. You're using mental energy that could be used to build up the future of yourself, to learn something valuable, to do something that will benefit your grandchildren's grandchildren. And you're deciding to worry about a celebrity's pregnancy. And I hope she doesn't watch this video. And I didn't handle things well at all. It got to the point where my willpower had depleted. Yes, that's my excuse. And I eventually was like, you got to watch out for these I am statements. You know, you say, I am this. I was like, dude, I feel like you are putting yourself down. And you can't say that stuff to a woman, even if it's true in your eyes. Because, I don't know. That's what I learned. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm kind of just rambling at this point. But I think the key points that I've kind of managed to dig up and theme this video upon, because I just do these right off the jump, is to focus on the things that really matter. And a thing you can do, this is from a book I read called Essential, or The One Thing, or there's a lot of books that talk about this concept in self-improvement. But one of them is, what is essential? Ask yourself, what is essential? And focus on that, right? And then you can combine that to something like Deep Work from Cal Newport, which is, the idea of that book is you have a focused session of deep work with no distractions. You do that every day. You will do some pretty good shit. That's what I've been doing. That's the idea of that. Ask yourself, maybe journal it. And this is something that the guy who created this excellent book called Essentialism did, is he wrote down, he brain dumps. And then he says, why is this important? And he says, what can I do about it? And then he makes tasks after that. So, for example, let's say how I'm feeling, right? I completely was a dick to this girl, and I was just being myself. I'm proud that I was myself, but I don't like that that can hurt other people's feelings. Well, what can you do about it? I could hit her up, but I don't really enjoy speaking to her. I apologized to her before she left my car. What I can do is be safer next time. I can maybe get on a date with some girl who I'm more interested in, perhaps. Okay, what can you do about that? Well, or what tasks can I do surrounding this? One might be maybe send her a text message apologizing. Two might be keep your ego under control, dude, because we're all going to end up in the same place. Three, this is a pretty shitty example, I'm going to be honest. But, especially when you're planning out your day, find out what is essential and only focus on that. And block out all of the noise. All of the noise. And I said this in my last video, but I have two phones. This phone that I'm watching, or that I'm recording this video on, is the video that I record. It's for everything except social media. I have a different phone that doesn't have cellular data for posting on social media, with an app called Opal, which will kick you off social media after a certain period of time. That is because I understand how important it is to focus. And I don't want these reels to change my mind about certain things, which is what they do. They push you into a box and they make people think that... They make people fucking bird-brained. That's all I'm going to say. And stay away from the news. All this shit is noise. It's so hard to separate yourself from signal and to suss yourself away from noise. And that is why it is so important to respect yourself enough to block out as much noise as possible, right? Whether that's putting your phone on Do Not Disturb when you're working, whether that's staying away from people who aren't good for you, whether that's avoiding the news, whether that's only eating good food, whether that's only reading books instead of articles online that have advertisers behind it, why that's only watching long-form YouTube videos if you even watch YouTube videos because it's good, why you stay away from Netflix and TV shows and all this other bullshit, which is fucking programming your mind to think stupid shit. To think stupid shit. Shit that doesn't matter. Shit that isn't important. Right? If you think I'm so bad because I said faggot, God forbid I say faggot, right? This video is probably going to get taken down. Are you helping the people that word offends? Or are you just stressing yourself out more? Right? I don't hate gay people. I could give a shit what gay people do, what gay people think, what... I treat them like any other person who I don't know. Because they're people. But you are not helping anyone by being like, don't say that word. Are we really in a free country if you can't say that word? Right? Might be taken the wrong way. And there's going to be people who resonate on me with this. But the fact that we can't, I don't know. Doesn't matter. And I shouldn't say that stuff anyways. Point I'm wanting to make, rambling again. First off, only date women who you enjoy being around from the jump. 2, stay away from the bullshit. Stay off social media as much as you can, okay? Feed yourself good food, good music. Don't be listening to no Juice WRLD that promotes drug use and depression and anxiety, because that's going to program your mind. Your diet is way more than the food that you are eating. It is the shit that you listen to. It is the shit that you watch. It is the people that you hang around. It is the air that you breathe. And it is every single thing that you do. That is your diet. Keep your diet clean and your mind will be clean. You'll be able to excel in whatever it is you want to excel in. That's the second thing. Third thing. Be humble. Be humble, Casey, because people don't like when you're not humble. And people are very important, even if they annoy you. But yeah, something I do daily that really helps me is meditation, journaling. When I journal, what I do is I plan 3 tasks for the day. I ask myself, what is essential? I answer those 3 things and I do them. My third thing was make a car video. I'm doing that right now. First thing was work on my program so that people can get into a program that will automatically shift their mind towards their goals without them even fucking realizing it. I'm a psych major. I have read like 40 books, and that's the kind of stuff that I focus on. I'm really good at reading people, and it's a blessing and a curse, and it's also why I fumbled that date. My second thing, study for the NASM. That's basically personal training, because I'm trying to be an actual personal trainer so I can help people as much as I possibly can. And then you do all that, and then for the rest of the day, you chill. You did it, man. You got your focus work done, and you're good. And that will keep you from making your schedule as optimized as you possibly can and always falling short. So, anyways, boys, I don't even know if I'm going to post this because I said some foul shit, but